hope you're all doing well. So today I'm going to be doing my PID symptoms. So I have did a PID story on like my symptoms or story, everything like that. But I'm just going to be doing my symptoms today, as you know, not everyone has symptoms. Not everyone has different symptoms, but these were my symptoms. So yeah, that's what I'm making a video on today. If you like this video, please like, comment and subscribe, and let's get into the video. So this is my PID symptom story. If you haven't already seen the PID story, that has got symptoms in it as well, but it wasn't very clear because, you know, I was out on a walk, so I thought I'd just do my story then. But this one is just generally going to be my symptoms, how it made us feel when I got the symptoms. So yeah, so I'll start off with, obviously I had a infection for a very long time, and I had no symptoms until it caused PID. And when it caused PID, the first symptoms I noticed was yellow discharge. It was more like, it wasn't like a bright yellow discharge. It was more like, you know, when you have a discharge and it oxidizes and it go like that little slight yellow colour. That's what it went like. So, you know, yes, I brushed it off my shoulders because, like I said, I just didn't think of anything of it. Because when you have a beat, you know, I didn't think it caused PID, pretty much. I'm not making sense right now, am I? Nope. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, the first symptom I had was a yellow discharge. It was very pale, nothing too out there. It didn't have a smell, nothing smelled down there. It was just the odd occasion I had a yellow discharge. That's how it started off with. And then I think it hit about 2 weeks after the yellow discharge happened, I started getting really bad, extreme back pain. Like, it just came from nowhere. And this back pain was like a back pain where if I bent over, or if I sat still for too long, if I stood up for too long, my back felt like it was just going to go, like, full on breakdown. That's how it felt. So the more I moved, the less I thought about it. But I was always scared to bend down because I literally thought my back was going to snap off. The back pain was absolutely horrendous. That was probably the worst symptom I had from all of it, was the back pain. So I had yellow discharge, and then it went to a back pain, and then the next thing I noticed was I was always bloated all the time. I was never hungry because I was always bloated, and the longer I went on, the more bloated I looked. Like, I looked, by the end of it, about 3 months pregnant. I had this massive bump here, and it looked like I had at least 10 pizzas. I was that bloated. It was getting really bad to the point that I couldn't even fit in jeans and stuff like that. Like, it was just coming from nowhere. So obviously I took a pregnancy test, as you do. That came back negative. So I started freaking out a little bit, you know. I don't think I should be bloated like this, you know. Yes, I was on depression, so I was mixed up like with my period hormones coming back. But I was like, I don't think this should be happening. The back pain saw the yellow discharge. The bloating was just getting bigger and bigger. So, and that was horrendous. Like, the cramp pains were undescribable. I felt like I was getting stabbed in every inch of my ovaries and uterus all the time. It was horrendous. But like, after I started getting the bloating, like, every symptom hit at once. So for like a month of having it, I just had yellow discharge, back pain, but then when the bloating hit, I hit with every symptom going. So I had the back pain, yellow discharge, the bloating, and then it went to burning when I went to the toilet. It went to burning after sex, bleeding after sex, bleeding all the time. Like, even at least once a week I was bleeding at some point. Like, the bleeding was just horrendous. It was just constantly bleeding, and every symptom hit at once, from sweating all the time, hot temperatures, going from hot to cold, to not wanting to eat, having no appetite. I was always tired. I was always feeling sick. Basically, every symptom under the sun I was feeling at this stage. And this stage, I had it for a good, I would say a good 6 months I had a 4. And you know, the first few months I brushed off the shoulder, the symptoms weren't that extreme. But once that bloating happened, every symptom happened, like every symptom possible. And I had PID for about 6 to 8 months. I kind of physically remember when it actually started. I just know whereabouts, you know, the yellow discharge started and to the point where I got treated. So it was around about 6 to 8 months. It was in between that time. So yeah, that was probably the worst pain I ever felt when I had that. Like, I felt like I was dying. Like, I felt like nothing like it in my life. And like I say, the symptoms were bearable until I hit the bloating. When I hit the bloating, every symptom hit at once, from the cramps to the feeling sick, hot temperatures. Basically, you just feel like you're coming down on a period, but 10 times worse. Everything was bloated. So yeah, the main symptom I would say that was more extreme was probably the back pain and the bleeding after sex. They were like the two main things that happened all the time after. Like, they were probably the worst ones out of all the symptoms. Was probably the back pain. Like, I'm not even kidding, the back pain stopped us from doing day-to-day life. It was that bad. You know, not everyone has symptoms, don't get us wrong, not everyone has symptoms, but I feel like the longer you have it, the quicker the symptoms get intense. And I know PID can go extremely bad to the point that you need to get hospitalised, or some people kind of get rid of PID. Some people physically kind of get rid of it. For me, I got rid of it. I got given antibiotics, I got given an injection, and it was gone. I've had 2 updates since then, and I'm clear. You know, I've been clear for about a year and a half now. It hasn't came back, you know, everything's fine. So yeah, that was all my symptoms. If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and I hope this helps some people. I know they're the symptoms I had. I know there's a lot more symptoms than that, but they're the ones that I noticed and the ones that were, you know, most noticeable to me, and the ones that I had. There is a few more symptoms that I know of, that obviously if you do your research you'll know there's a few more symptoms, but for me they're the symptoms I got when I had PID. Yes, some people just have PID for a couple of weeks and get symptoms. I had mine for about 6 to 8 months, and it probably took about a good 5-6 months until all the symptoms started kicking in, until I even realised I had it. But thank God for me, it didn't get too far to the point, you know, I need hospitalised. So I'm so grateful for that. So yeah, that was my symptoms. If you do like this video, please like, comment and subscribe. If you've got any questions, please leave them down below. I will answer. Or if you want us to do a video on anything, I will do. If it helps any girls out there, I will do it. Because when I had it, there was no videos out there on this subject, apart from how it is diagnosed and there's not actually many symptoms, blah, blah, blah. So yeah. I'm letting my story out there to help some of you and for you to understand and just to get checked up all the time, because it's amazing how much girls have to go through compared to boys. Boys go through nothing compared to girls. Like, girls are proper sensitive, like their female organs are proper sensitive compared to boys. And we get a lot worse than boys. Boys don't have to deal with any of that. We get a lot worse. So yeah, I hope this video helps you, and I will see you next time. Bye!